I want to talk to you about creating online courses and getting paid for it. So, before I continue, I just want to say that there are different kinds of online courses, of course, and it completely depends on what it is that you desire to create. Um, as well, there's a lot of background noise where I am, so please just bear with me with all of that. So I have helped many people create online courses, very profitable online courses at that. And there's certainly an art to creating them. And the thing that I really want you to know, though, is that online courses and creating income, generating income from online courses, whether those are live courses, which means that you are showing up and you're teaching live, or they're what's called in the industry evergreen, which means you create them and you almost like set it and forget it. So you're not like constantly showing up. Um, all that you need is to fulfill a need. All that you need is to find a need. And the thing that I really find is that we live in this world right now where there's a lot of people simply doing what other people are doing. And it's hard not to, in the sense that, we're told not to reinvent the wheel. And the thing that I want to say is that there's so much truth to that. If there is a need, there is a need, there is a need, there is a need, right? If you look at making money, or if you look at finding love, if you look at getting healthy, which are some of the top categories in terms of self-help and things like this, there is a need. Now, what differentiates you is whether or not you actually I just had to switch something. Oh my goodness, my Facebook is doing something weird. Sorry about that. For some reason, everything's going on private. I don't know why that's happening. Someone tell me if you know how to fix that. So where was I? So, there's a lot of replication happening, and that makes sense because if there's a need, there's a need. And people are paying you for your unique knowledge and experience. And quite often, you actually attract people that are just like you, that literally had the exact same unique issues that you have or have had in the past. So know that when you're creating a solution that is tweaked and modified to help those specific people, and you make that very clear in your copy and everything that you say and everything that you do, that is where you're really winning. And so you absolutely can make money from creating content online, from making online programs. There's a guy that sells online programs around like making chicken coops, right? So if there's a need and you're fulfilling the need, it's just like anything in sales, and you find the right people, it really is as simple as that, in theory, and not as, let's say, easy in practice, in terms of actually calling those people in the era that we are in right now. The online world is very, very noisy, as we all know, is very noisy. And so standing out amongst that noise takes great stamina. Why is it that even when I am not talking about sex, I am still somehow talking about sex? It's in my nature. I cannot help myself, apparently. But you really do need to have that stamina. You need to have that consistency. You need to be able to show up consistently. And so just creating an online program and then disappearing from the world is probably not going to work unless you have a team of people behind you constantly marketing that product, for example. Unless you get that product on something like ClickBank and you have other people marketing your product, that's also a viable solution. And the thing that I want to say is that there are ways of doing this. There are ways around this. If you have a really good product, you can absolutely sell it online and people will buy it. People will tell other people about it. People will find out about it. And I want you to think of this depending on your age bracket. I don't know how old you are. And I was not raised with the internet. I was not raised with the internet personally. And so I have seen both sides of this coin, right? In the world of sales, where we are very much going back to this kind of marketplace, believe it or not, in the online world, even where relationships are key. And you're going to start seeing, because of how saturated the online world is, you're going to start seeing these much smaller companies beginning to thrive, and you're going to see the fall. I've been talking about this forever, and it's not just me that's been talking about this forever. um, a lot of larger companies are crumbling right now because they can't make quick decisions, or let's say they can make quick decisions, but they cannot quickly change direction. They just can't. They have too many people, too many moving parts. And one of the benefits of being an entrepreneur in this era, in this time, is that you can quickly begin to make changes. You can quickly adapt, and these are times in which we all need to adapt. There's so many people that I know personally. And when I say know, we're not close, we're not like good friends, but I just know them, right? There's a word for that in Russian, which I can't remember at the moment. I want to say it, but I'm afraid I'll say the wrong word. Knowing me, I probably will and offend everyone. So I'll have to ask my friend. Um, but that means, I know this person, but I don't know this person, that are so talented. They are so talented. Yoga teachers, for example, people that are in their craft, people that have built businesses that could all be, I see them, I see you. You could all be selling online programs. You could all be teaching people what it is that you know and what you've learned. And listen, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that every single one of those people is going to be a multi-millionaire and they're going to blow it out of the water, right? Like maybe you won't. Maybe you won't. But what if you had 3 grand a month coming in passively from those online programs? What if you had $1,000 a month? What if you had $5,000 a month, right? What if you had $500 a month? Like, I don't know what that looks like for you, but what I can tell you is passive income in this way, getting paid for your talents and your unique knowledge and gifts, is a real thing. And the only difference between you and someone else who's doing it is like how much you're willing to really put yourself on the line and show up. Not to make this about me, because this is not about me. I'm here to give you information, but I've had death threats. I mean, I've talked about this before. I've had death threats. I've lost friends, friends. I've had people reach out to me saying things like, have you lost your fucking mind? In the promotion of my sex coaching, which I've been a sex coach now for a few years. I've been a coach for longer than that, and just transitioned into sex and sexuality coaching, tantric coaching, a little bit more recently than my original coaching business. And in coming out, I mean, I had my YouTube, which was public. I had my Instagram, which was public. And on Facebook, I just never really talked about it. And when I came out on Facebook, the things that people said to me would make anyone, feel it, right? Some people, not everyone. I also had a lot of great support. And so the thing that I want to share with you is that being visible is really scary. This is for everyone. You don't have to be a sex coach to feel this kind of shame, this kind of, the crab in the bucket thing. When one crab is trying to crawl out, the other crabs are pulling it back in. That is just natural and normal in this thing that we call humaning. Human behavior 101, right? And so the thing I want to share with you is that the difference between you and people that succeed online is that the people that succeed online have the ovaries, los cojones, to keep going, even after, and especially after being told that they can't do it, maybe being shamed, maybe receiving death threats, whatever it is, right? And I don't want to make light of these things. I just want to call and acknowledge out the realities of what it is and what it means to be seen and visible online by literally anyone in the entire world. It is a very scary, scary thing. Very scary thing. And acknowledging that is a really powerful first step in seeing why maybe you have decided to not be visible online, right? Decided not to create like online content or online courses or create a community or whatever it is, because people can be brutal, people can be mean. That's one of the reasons that I do so well with my clients, is because I create the support that they're not getting otherwise, right? I didn't have support when I came out into the online world. I had no support, absolutely none. I hid it from everyone I knew except for like really good friends and things like this. And thank God for that. Thank God I had those people. And once I was able to actually invest in support, that's where the game really, really changed for me. So we just had our kickoff call as well. Our kickoff call for the Queen's Coven, my mastermind with amazing, badass queenpreneurs. And it was so amazing. It was so glorious. The queens that are in the palace right now are just epic. And I am helping them build businesses that they are so deeply proud of, allowing themselves to be visible online, allowing themselves to be fully supported by their online businesses and their craft and their ability to create. And it's such a beautiful thing. And so, if you have any interest in joining us, please let me know. And if you want to get on the waiting list for the next round, which will be happening in probably 6 or 7 months from now, then let me know as well. And I want you to know that it is possible. It is possible. It is possible for you. If this is something that you desire to do, anything is possible. And if you feel like you haven't been supported, I want you to know from the bottom of my heart that I'm sorry. I know what that's like. I know what it's like. And you don't need support to start going and start moving and to start creating. You just need the belief in yourself. Support is really there to help take you to the next level, yes. And to get started, all you need is that deep belief and knowing in yourself. So I hope that this has inspired you. I hope I've given someone permission to get your sexy ass online selling your knowledge, because people need you and your brilliance. And thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you so much for supporting me through all of this. I love you so deeply. I appreciate you. Just thank you. Thank you for being here with me. And I love you. I'm sending you so much magic and possibility. And I hope to connect with you very, very soon. I love you. Bye.